Oh, it's a little full. This process is starting now. I'm gonna wipe up this mess. We all want to be ready before we begin, but that isn't realistic, and it's gonna hold you back a lot. Here's a little secret. You gotta begin before you're ready. You gotta be open to embracing the potential that you might suck. But that is okay, because it actually becomes a superpower. Hey friends, Kirsten here, and today I'm switching it up on my channel, and I am beginning before I'm ready, because I know, and we all kind of know in our hearts, that if we don't begin before we're ready, a lot of times we will never begin. All that fear jumps in and says, hey, let me give you a bunch of reasonable excuses why you should not start yet. But sometimes that becomes, you don't start ever. So we're gonna talk about that today. But first, I'm gonna have some tea, because I wanna share some tea with you guys. I got my really nice teapot here, and I am a huge drinker of tea. I can't remember a time in my life where I didn't drink tea. Well, I mean, there's that one time. But as long as I could drink tea, I'd be drinking tea. So I am pouring us, because I hope that you're pouring yourself some tea too. I'm gonna pour us some gunpowder green tea. I thought that was pretty fitting, considering the channel and considering the direction we're going. So, where to begin? Well, I'm certainly beginning before I'm ready. But that is okay, because my heart is in the right place. And what I wanted to do is I just wanted to talk with you. I want to hang out with you. I want to spend time with you in between the more artistic videos that you've come to know and love on my channel. I am also practicing this in real time. So you're gonna be able to go back in time and look at this first video. Hopefully it will not be that much worse than the future videos. But we'll see. These are meant to be casual. These are meant to just connect with you in between the massive productions that normally take up a lot of time. And right now in my life, some of you know I got an eye issue. I can't always be in front of the screens. And frankly, I missed you. So I thought, why not do some free flow conversation, just you and me and some tea, and have a casual, wonderful conversation. So that's what we're gonna do. And this idea is so exciting to me, because this channel's underlying spirit has always been joy and freedom and inspiration for you to find that in your life, because that is where it starts. It starts in here. Joy, freedom. It doesn't come from the outside. It comes from your spirit. It comes from inside, and it's something that you have to cultivate. So I hope that I can help you cultivate that. And yes, it's gonna help your sports, it's gonna help your life, but most of all, you're gonna find that it helps that little voice inside yourself that sometimes can be good, sometimes can be bad, and sometimes can be relentless in making you seek perfection before you begin. And that is what this video is about. You have something, I know it, you have something that you want to start, but you haven't started it yet. Now, you know what that thing is, and you know the excuses that you're making. Now, sometimes they're not excuses. Sometimes they are actual good reasons, due diligence, good reasons why not to start yet. Maybe your schedule's full, or man, you know, you got a lot of stuff going on and you want to do a good job to start, and you're thinking about it with purpose, and you're thinking about it without fear. But be careful, because a lot of times before you begin anything, you have all these thoughts. And I don't know about you, but I have some anxiety about beginning things, especially. You don't know how it will be received. You don't know how it'll come off. You don't even know if it'll work out. But you won't know unless you just do it. Just put in the action that you need to do to find out. Because you can think up here a lot, but through practice and through actually doing it, you will find that you make some mistakes. And those mistakes will teach you exactly how to polish that piece of art in the future. And it's not going to be an art piece right off the bat. Most likely. It might be pretty good, but you're going to refine that. No matter how good you start off, you're going to refine that craft and that project and that dream of yours. You're going to refine it over years and years and years, or just time. Maybe it's a small project, but still, you're going to refine that, and you're going to look back at the first version and be like, wow, I was really happy with that first version, or I knew there were some mistakes, but you know what? Now, I honestly thought that I did my best there, and I did, and it was true, I did. But now look where I'm at. So even if you start off great, you're going to be even better in the future, but you have to put that action in. For example, I deliberately keep some of my older videos on my channel, most of them. And you can look back at the first videos if you want a good laugh. But my spirit and my heart intention is good, and the content is good. The value that you're getting is great. And yeah, I didn't have the best cameras or know how to use my equipment all that well or know how to edit that great. I'm still working on that. Continual process. But now I look back, I really thought I did a pretty decent job at the time. I was frustrated because I knew that I wanted to do better, and what was in my mind I wasn't quite capturing visually, and that's an understatement. But the thing is, when I look at what I produce now, it's night and day different. And even the way that I was on camera and all that stuff, like, you just start being more comfortable with what you're doing by doing, and you learn what's right, and you learn what's wrong, and it's a little bit embarrassing. That's how my shooting career started. That's a story for another time. But I just threw myself into very difficult equipment that I did not understand. And instead of dipping my toes in the water a little bit here and there, and that is our tendency to do that. Oh, we'll just dip it. Ooh, it's cold. Ooh. No, you just jump in, and it's gonna be cold. It's gonna seize you up. You're gonna have moments where you're like, I don't know if I can do this, but you can do it. So just begin before you're ready, and that's the key. Then it's a conscious choice. So if you begin before you're ready and you make that conscious choice to do so, mistakes are gonna happen. You're gonna kind of suck sometimes, but that is okay. It's okay to suck sometimes. And as I say this, I can tell that my light is completely changing. Look at how it's changed. But this is free flow content. It's not even content, it's a conversation. This is a free flow conversation when you're talking to one of your friends. You don't care whether the light changes while you're talking to them and you're drinking your tea with them. Sorry, I just had to take a sip and enjoy. But you don't care, You don't care what's perfect. You don't care, you're with a friend. So since I'm with a friend, and hopefully more than just one friend, but if I'm only talking to you and only you, that is okay with me. That is worth it. Because one of my favorite things to do, and what has energized my spirit more than my perfectionistic, maybe a little bit, artistic, stylized side, but the spirit side said, it's just hang out and talk and speak My favorite thing is encouraging you. That is my favorite thing. And I don't know if you hear that, but that's my cat scratching at her log. You hear something weird. She is adorable and she likes to scratch at her log whenever she pleases, because she is a fierce panther. But it's a very beautiful thing to be able to spend time and to speak. And I want this community to be that. This is about all of us. And I really encourage you to encourage each other in the comment section because we all have a purpose in this. And the world is getting wacky. And I just think that it's important to talk to each other and to encourage one another and share whatever little bits of wisdom that you find in your life and that you're even practicing. In the description, there's more resources and more things that can help you in the future and more ways you can connect. I think it's so powerful to consciously decide to begin before you're ready, before things are polished, and keep going even when things aren't perfect. Keep going. Normally I would, this is my kitty cat. Normally I would decide to stop the video and wait for better light and cut it all up and edit it all up and all that stuff. And that has its place too. I'm not saying that's wrong, but there's something very powerful with starting before you're ready, starting when you're scared. And what you need to look at is, are you doing your due diligence? And are all the reasons why you don't want to start valid reasons? Or are they because you're afraid? And fear comes in many masks. It can be the mask of, I don't have time right now, I am too busy, I don't have all the right equipment, I don't look good, I got a pimple, whatever it is, especially when you're gonna be on camera. And that's the thing, you just gotta start. You just have to know when you're being smart and you're being mindful and when you're being scared, and only you know that. So I'm very excited to begin this tea talk or whatever we're gonna call it, because that doesn't matter either at this point. I just wanted to share my spirit with you and share encouragement, and we'll see what happens. And I wish you all the joy and all the peace in your life, and I'll see you next week.